So
she was in there talking about
the
she was
context.
dating this guy.
Yeah, the context is she
didn't want to date her.
Basically,
and was mad honest about it.
Yeah, she wants the relationship,
and she was like, I just don't understand him. I'm like, he's telling you
he doesn't want a relationship. Right. It was interesting because she's been talking to someone for a period of like 7 months, I think, and he was fresh out of a relationship when they started talking, I guess. Like he had only been out for like a month, and they started talking and they've been talking, but he was very adamant and clear, like, look, I don't want a relationship. And so she's kind of been going back and forth with herself and with him, like, well, I don't know if I want to keep dealing with him. I don't know where I'm going to, not knowing really where she stands, but she knows she wants a relationship. So Rory posed the question, why do you want a relationship? And she was kind of dumbfounded. It was like deer in headlights. Like she had no answer.
It's because a lot of women place value in their worth on having a title or being claimed by a man, for one. Mm-hmm. Secondly, a lot of women, despite being told up front from a man that the man does not want a relationship, a lot of women kind of like the challenge. The same way men like the chase of a challenge of a woman, I think women like the idea of the challenge to changing the mind of a man.
We love a project.
You like potential.
We love a project.
Yeah, but also,
potential is a project.
But this is where they get left like broken and hurt because he told you up front he didn't want a relationship, and now just because you go about doing all these relationship things and you don't have the title, now you're upset when 7 months later he's telling you, girl, I told you I didn't want a relationship. I don't understand why as women, I think a lot of us do that, where we just think, ooh, okay, one day he's going to wake up and change his mind. It's fucking dumb. That's not how it works.
Well, the red flag of coming out of a relationship and then getting in one immediately terrified me from the beginning. And she saw nothing wrong with that. Like, well, he just came out of a relationship. Why the fuck would he want to?
What was interesting too is like there was an acknowledgement of the PTSD that stems from coming out of a relationship that doesn't work. You know what I mean? Even if it is amicable, it's still coming out of a relationship in general is a tough process. Like there's a lot of depending on how long you're with the person, there's a lot of breaking up that happens, right? It's not just with the person, it's with,
friends,
their friends, family members. If y'all live together, somebody moving out, like there's layers to it. It's a very layered situation. So it sucks because in those moments you'll never really know how ready a person is unless they're showing up to do that. And in this scenario, he verbalized he didn't want to show up, and then is also not showing up. So it's kind of like,
I mean, a lot of people are also codependent. And I say that as women, and there are even some men. So just because he came out of a relationship, a lot of people thrive in having a partner, whether it's toxic or not, whether they're ready or not, whether they make a good relationship or not. A lot of people are still codependent in needing to have a fucking partner.
Right.
All the time. Yeah.
But the other thing
well, that's just because they hate themselves.
Right. It's true. They hate themselves. And
Which isn't a bad thing.
No, but the other thing
take some work.
The other thing to consider too is that sometimes, and I see this more often than not, the relationship is over before somebody actually breaks up, right? So it's really just a matter of everybody holding on to all the broken pieces.
Breakups can take 5 years and you didn't realize it.
Right. It's like the relationship been over. She checked out, he checked out, but they're not really just facing the music together to be like, all right, cool, let's just call it quits. Even though they've already established themselves separately with separate lives and everybody living separate lives. And yeah, it's a lot.
I'm so glad I ain't dating no more.
When you decided to be in a relationship, though, what did you want from your relationship? What do you want from your relationship?
You know what's crazy? I had the whole phase for so long. I thought that if I had a boyfriend, my boyfriend was going to have to accept all of the men that I thought I would never be able to stop seeing or dealing with. Like there were friendships and bonds with men that I was like, my boyfriend is going to I swear to God. What? That's literally how I was.
So you see that rich ass ball player on TV? Yeah, he going to be around, so you know.
Literally, that literally was
Mandy.
I know.
That was blasphemy.
That was my mind for so long. Like I'm not gonna lie, even like when we first met, I mean, clearly the world was shut down and we thought the world would open up. I was like, yeah, so that means we get tickets to a lot of these games whenever they come in.
Look at Rory's
fan.
What?
Listen,
what, Rory? You don't want to sit courtside at a former body at one of your joints old work?
I think the male ego can get in our way a lot of times, but you do need to keep that part of the male ego that allows for self-respect. I am not taking tickets from your ex to go sit courtside in the family section.
At the thought seats.
Well,
the family section is the thought seats.
I was gonna say, actually, I have built my relationships to where they pay the little extra so that I can sit closer. So sometimes I don't always get tickets in the family section.
I've changed my playlist around girls based on who I know they dated.
Wait, you did what?
I have changed my playlist based around my knowledge of who they've dated.
Oh my God, like right now.
And it's pissed me off because I like a lot of the dudes they fuck with music. And I'm like, I can't play this.
See, I don't really deal with artists, but
my man put my ex on his fantasy team. So,
Jesus.
and knew exactly what was going on. So every week he's like, hey, your boo is playing. He doing good this week.
I mean,
but see, I don't like that. Did you ever do that, Rory?
That's for fantasy purposes.
Yeah,
you know?
but
you gotta
Rory,
get some points.
But Rory, did you ever do that to your girls?
Petty.
Because I get that now. Celtics game is not allowed to play in my house. It's just not. But when with your women that you dated in your past, when you knew that they had dealt with artists, did you ever like throw it in their face? Like, why do men do that? The fact that your boyfriend does it, my boyfriend does it, did you ever be like, oh yeah, can't play Wheezy right now?
No, I just don't.
Or have
play
you heard? Did you see Wayne's new tattoo?
I think you would think better of me. I don't think I would ever say that to a girl.
But you wouldn't.
The
play
only
their
corny
songs?
shit I would do would be like, yo, you got some unreleased shit? Yo, let me see your laptop.
Wow.
I need that. I need that.
Wow.
Wayne.
Wow.
I need that unreleased.
I'm not gonna lie.
joking.
I believe
I'm
that.
joking. No,
but that's just
that's
bad.
a little bit of male ego you have to keep. Even if you want to hear the new Wheezy, nah.
Listen, but
I'll wait till the release date.
My thing is, you're not going to out petty me. I was like, good, keep him on your fantasy team. I hope you make some money. Take me to dinner. Thanks. Date night. I'm with that. I'm supportive. I'm a supportive girlfriend.
We did gloss over, Manny, the arrogance and pompous that I've seen in you today is getting...
Arrogance and pompous.
That's such a
you
white
realize
person word.
you're now that girl that gets into relationships and now is shaming the girls that are not in one?
So no,
You
that's
just said,
not the case.
I can't, thank God I don't have to date anymore.
I mean, I was the one swiping on these goddamn Tinder
I always
apps.
hate that girl. That girl that gets in a relationship and starts shitting on all the single girls she used to hang out with. Last week you was single. Shut up.
But I don't. Now I'm just trying to get all my single friends to join me in the bedroom. But I mean, I'm not.
Shit.
What?
I don't know if that's any better.
Is that no? That's probably not, huh?
Probably a bad strategy.
I mean, I'll take them out to dinner. They want to be they want to be courted.
What?
Take them courtside. Don't take
Right.
two.
That's right.
Don't
That
take your man.
part.
Let's
You're
take
right.
the girls courtside.
No, I mean, I don't feel
Shit.
that. I don't feel like I'm shaming women. I'm actually just. I feel like it's just more gratefulness because, especially dating in a pandemic, it's tough. A lot of women are resorting to the swiping on the dating apps. I think that that's something terrible. And then
Well, how
also
do you do
a
that
lot
in
of
a
men.
pandemic?
Well,
I don't
also
think it's terrible.
No,
I think it's terrible. I don't think it's terrible. I think women are changing their minds about what they want and what they need, and I think that's important. The pandemic put
what they got to
everybody
do with swiping on Tinder.
everything. Some people would want a relationship during a regular time. During a fucking pandemic, you may not. A lot of people may not want to date to build a pandemic. You can't. Most people lost their jobs and had to pivot or had to move or had to figure other life shit out. A lot of people weren't trying to start relationships in the
And
pandemic.
meanwhile, Mandy's on here bragging about how much work she's getting.
All right.
There's people starving out there. I don't have a day off from work. All the work and money just keeps coming my way. I don't know what to do with it.
Really
I feel bad for
and
me.
now
I
you're
work so
shaming
much.
the people on Tinder. Everyone deserves dick, Mandy.
Oh my God.
Oh, I can pay my bills and I have a supportive significant other.
Life is hard.